Let's talk about something that might be a bit awkward but definitely fascinating. Why does your poop sometimes float? You might have noticed this at some point and wondered what's going on down there. Well, believe it or not, floating poop can actually tell you quite a bit about what's happening in your body. But don't worry, it's not always a cause for concern. First off, let's get into the science of it. Normally, poop sinks because it's denser than water. When your poop floats, it's likely because it's got a little extra air or gas in it. This can happen for a variety of reasons. One common cause is simply swallowing air, which might occur if you eat too quickly, drink carbonated beverages, or chew gum frequently. The air you swallow ends up in your digestive system and can cause your poop to be buoyant. Another reason for floating poop is the presence of excess fat. This might happen if your body isn't properly absorbing fats from the food you eat. This condition is known as steatorrhea, and while it sounds a bit scary, it's often related to something as simple as eating a particularly fatty meal. For instance, if you've indulged in a feast of greasy fast food, you might notice that your poop floats the next day. However, if this happens consistently, it could indicate a malabsorption issue like celiac disease, pancreatitis, or a problem with your gallbladder. In such cases, it's worth having a chat with your doctor to rule out any serious conditions. Fiber can also play a role in floating poop. High-fiber foods, especially those that are less processed, can introduce more gas into your digestive system as they ferment. Think of foods like beans, lentils, and certain vegetables. So if you've recently increased your fiber intake, you might notice your poop floating a bit more often. It's a good thing, though, as fiber is essential for a healthy digestive system. Sometimes, the answer is even simpler. It's just about how much gas your gut bacteria produce when they break down the food you've eaten. Everyone's gut flora is different, and depending on what you've eaten, your gut bacteria might produce more or less gas. This gas can get trapped in your poop, making it lighter and more likely to float. Now, while floating poop is usually harmless, there are a few instances where it could be a red flag. For example, if it's accompanied by a particularly foul smell, oily residue in the toilet, or significant changes in bowel habits, it might be a sign that something isn't quite right. Conditions like chronic pancreatitis or cystic fibrosis can cause floating stools due to poor fat absorption, so it's important to keep an eye on any additional symptoms. So, next time you notice your poop floating, don't panic. It's often just a quirky result of your diet or digestion. But if it keeps happening or comes with other unusual symptoms, it's worth getting checked out. What do you think? Have you ever noticed this and wondered what it meant? Let's get a discussion going in the comments. And if you found this video helpful or at least a little less awkward than you thought it would be, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us keep diving into these interesting topics.